Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It is kind of thick outside, but I guess I'm going to go outside unless it's actually raining. We'll see. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I'm trying my coffee black today. I'm trying to tighten up my food thing, and one of the things that I tried to do but gave up because I've been drinking my coffee with a lot of cream in it is what they call intermittent fasting, which is keeping the part of your day that you're not eating as long as possible. So we just eat within a 3-hour window, like from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But I haven't been doing that because the cream breaks the fast. So I'm not having my cream. We'll see how I do. I'm using my vinyl. This is a different color vinyl. Okay. Which is the same color as my lips. Okay. Which explains why I don't pick this one very often, I guess. Okie dokie. Meanwhile, so yesterday I had my physical therapy and I was exhausted. I'm in terrible shape. Terrible shape. Yeah. So I did my vlog, and then I had my coffee, and then I did my physical therapy. Then I went and visited Aura. She was perky. They were having their music. She loves the music. And her eye was getting better. She has this pink eye or something for, I don't know, almost 2 weeks now. It got really bad, and now it's much better. So that's good news, and she was really enjoying her music. Oh, and the phone's ringing. Hold up. So, trying to tighten up my food thing. So I'm having black coffee. I had a cup of tea first, so this is my second caffeine, but you know, there's a difference between tea and coffee. But I'm really concerned that my whole reason for loving the coffee is I really like cream. So, but I'm going to drink this black coffee today, and maybe I'll just keep drinking a black coffee every day, and maybe I'll get used to black coffee because, you know, a lot of people drink their coffee black. It is a thing. And it's much easier. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's why I'm drinking my black coffee. Or was I talking about Aura's eye? Now I got interrupted. So anyway, hung around with Aura. I forgot where I was. I'm sorry. Hung around with Aura, and then I went to the store. I went specifically to get cream cheese because we didn't have enough cream cheese for me to make crackers in the morning, so I was going to make them in the afternoon. But I was really tired. And anyway, when I got home, I had the 2 other things I bought, but I didn't have any cream cheese in my bag. And I looked at the receipt, and there was no cream cheese on my receipt. So I undoubtedly put my grocery basket down under the counter with a box of cream cheese in it. I didn't have the cream cheese. That made me grumpy, and I was already tired. And then, so we walked the dogs, and then went and stopped at a store near the park and got cream cheese. So I'm gonna make crackers today because I was tired yesterday, and by that time it was already like 3:30, and we wouldn't have been able to eat them yesterday anyway. So anyway, that's my story. Yeah. So I was tired, and I didn't really do anything. The I watched TV. I had seen a couple episodes of a series on Netflix called Painkillers, which has the same actress who was in The Residence, and I really liked her. Apparently she was also in Orange is the New Black. I'm beginning to think I should watch Orange is the New Black. I know it's like old stuff now, but I really like this woman whose name I can't remember, and Natasha Lavone from Poker Face. She was in that, you know. So I have a feeling that I should watch it, but I haven't. But anyway, it's the story of the people, you know, about the Sacklers and OxyContin, and, you know, the horrible opioid epidemic in the United States because of the Sacklers. And it was really interesting. It's depressing, but I found it pretty interesting. It's a dramatization of what happened. Obviously, since it's not the real people. But, so I watched that. And I watched something else. And now I can't remember what it was. Well, that's too bad. I'll think of it, or I'll look it up, and then I'll know, and I'll tell you tomorrow. Oh, I remember what it was. It was Breakthrough. I watched also on Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, then you don't have, then these are not good recommendations for you. But that is the story. It's set in Sweden, and makes me think it might have been based on a true story. But it was the story of a murder, a sort of random murder of two people. And, you know, they couldn't solve it. 16 years later, they have DNA, but they couldn't solve it. 16 years later, they died. The detective read about the Golden State Killer that was arrested a few years ago, based on, you know, 23andMe or one of those genetic places identified, and the police got that information. So if you're doing 23andMe, the police, you know, the police state has your DNA, matched, a familial match to the Golden State Killer, and they were able to capture him because of this genetic match. And so the story in Sweden is there's a guy who's doing that kind of stuff, and they get him to help. And it was good. 16 years later. So that's what I watched yesterday. Two depressing things. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, today I'm making the crackers because now we have the cream cheese, and I'm going to be puttering around executrixing, I think. I didn't do any crafting yesterday. So everything's resting very well. And so I'm hoping that I'm going to skein up my yarns and soak them and see what I come up with, because I'm very curious about that, especially about the apricot yarn, to see how it turns out. I have not made any progress deciding what I'm going to do for my next spin. I have to ply what I just did, my new spin from this year, and that gives me more time to think about what I want to do. But I have some interesting fibers there. I mean, I have camel, I have cashmere, I have silk, and all kinds of different sheep breed wools, because I was in a club for, you know, just natural stuff. So, plus I have a big bag of alpaca, you know. And I do like the natural colors of stuff. So I'm a little bit tempted to do undyed and just, you know, work with the colors of the natural wools and see what I come up with. You know, I've never spun camel. And I've never spun pure cashmere. So we shall see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll stop talking about it. But I haven't, which means I don't have anything picked for my next spin. But I still have at least one more day, even if I ply today, you know, that's all I'm going to be doing anyway. So we'll see. So that's it. I don't know what I'm doing. Yesterday I mostly watched TV and exhausted well, after I got home and after dinner I just vegged because I really was tired. I'm working hard on my physical therapy, but what I'm really doing is, you know, I'm trying to tighten up my diet a lot, because I think that's what is going to not cure, but really help my knees. As I think my knees are punking out on me because my diet is bad. I have, you know, so what I do is a anti-inflammatory diet, and if you go off that, then you get inflammation, and that's what I have, inflammation. So I'm hoping that I can tighten up and my knees will feel better. That's my hope. We shall see how I do. I will keep you informed ad nauseum, and you're going to be so tired of hearing about my strange eating. It's not really strange. There are a lot of people out there who are doing keto and carnivore. I guess what I'm thinking I'm doing, I got the hiccups, that's what this is. I guess I think what I'm doing is going to be what they call ketovore, which is very little plant input into my diet. But, you know, a little onion, a little garlic, coffee. Although I think many people who consider themselves carnivore also have coffee. And look at me, I drank half my coffee already. I did put electrolytes in this because the bitter is counteracted by salt. And so I put electrolytes in here, which are good to have anyway, and it kind of softens the bitter of coffee, because coffee's a little bitter when you have it black, right? I mean, that's why you drink it, right? So I'm almost enjoying that. I can see a black coffee drinking in my future, although I suspect it will only be coffee I make myself, where I can control everything. If I buy coffee out, I will still ask for lots of creams. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I will keep you informed on how I do, but I'm feeling it's almost gone. Look. And you know, it was okay. So we'll see how I do, but I got to go make crackers and then proceed with my day. So I will say goodbye. Sorry if this is rambly and disconnected and, you know, how I get. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.